I don't know about you, but we have a huge file in our house with all kinds of old financial records, stuff for taxes. Once you file, you just store it away, right? But how long do you really want to keep all that stuff? Charlie Heid joins us now. He's a CPA with CLA Global. Charlie, I mean, we all have these huge storage areas of documents, and tell us, how long you need to keep? You need to keep these things for 10 years, 15 years, 30 years?
You know, it's funny. The general answer is 3 years.
That's it.
3 years for tax returns. And simply put, the IRS has 3 years from the time that you actually file your return to audit you. So that 3-year open period, that's how long you need to keep the return and keep the supporting documents. Now, having said that, there can be other reasons you would want to keep them longer. For example, if you get audited and the IRS were to find that you underreported your income by greater than 25%, they can actually go back 6 years. So it's important to be aware of that, but generally speaking, 3 years is all you need to keep.
How would they find a paper trail for going back 3 to 6 years anyway?
So it's the supporting documentation that you've got. So you've got the forms that you file, but it's all of those other documents that came to you in the mail, your employer gave you, all of that is you need to maintain. And I've always said, when you go to clear out old returns, old documentation, you need to take your time and go through it, because there's going to be some documents in there that are important to keep more on a permanent basis. For example, real estate. You know, the closing document when you bought your home. That's something you want to keep on a permanent basis, because until you sell your home, that's going to be relevant, because it's going to give you the purchase price you paid for the house. You want to keep all of your documentation for home improvements, so you can add that to the cost basis, because when you go to sell your home, you want to make sure that you're picking up all of those items.
Are you talking when you originally bought the house, but many of us refinanced a couple or 3 times as the interest rates kept going lower? You need to keep all of those closing?
Correct, until you sell the home.
Okay, now what if you're a small business owner, and so, I mean, that's a whole different world of documentation for the IRS. So what's the standard with keeping those documents?
So typically payroll records, which you'd have, you know, your W-2s, the information on all your employees and their wages, 4 years. From when you file those quarterly payroll reports, those 941s, it's 4 years from the date of filing.
And it's a whole other can of worms throughout the pandemic, when the PPP, all those different situations for business owners to help them keep the doors open, keep employing people, and that's a lot of paperwork to prove to the government that that money you accepted was actually spent on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's all, you know, anything of a nature that's tied to an incentive, it's of a permanent. You know, it's not something you want to toss. You want to keep that. When you think about inheritance, seeing a lot of this, especially as baby boomers are, you know, starting to pass away. Their kids are starting to inherit properties from them. Well, that's important, because you want to maintain or know what that cost basis of the property is. So if you ever go to sell the property, which could be years from now, you've got to make sure you have that information.
Some really good advice, Charlie. Always good to talk to you. That's why we keep inviting you back. Charlie, thanks so much.